Go?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
Okay, we are ready to go. You're recording.
Yep. All right, we're ready? All right. Thank you everyone for coming, both online and for everybody who's here in the room. So some really, really exciting news in the skincare front. You guys are very familiar with Image Skincare already and the different lines that we've had. But we've had a really unique opportunity that's come up that I think is super exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Can I go through what that is? So first of all, you know me, my name is Dale Janney. I'm the clinical educator for Image Skincare. And we are going to talk about what it takes to, let me see if I can age later, because that's what we all want to do. So Image Skincare has a lot of different lines, and each specific skincare line treats something else. And there's all these great skincare ingredients. So up on the screen, you'll see that all these different lines. So we have our vitamin C line, and vitamin C is a very potent ingredient. We kind of did a talk about it last time. We have an ageless line, which is an anti-aging line using retinols and acids to turn over the skin faster. And then we have our Max line, which is stem cells. So that helps you anti-age by different ways. We have an acne line. What Image MD is it takes all of the lines and all the ingredients and puts them together in one line. Previously, we would only sell it to physicians, to plastic surgeons or dermatologists, period. Spas could not handle it, carry it. Estheticians couldn't use it. It's the best of the best. And it was reserved for the physicians because the percentages are even stronger. It is true medical grade. Other lines are cosmeceutical grade, meaning they're much stronger and go deeper in the skin than anything you can buy over the counter. MD is just the next level up. And we made the decision because it is such a good line. It's the best line that we have overall, that they wanted to release it and say it is safe for everyone to use on a daily basis. So we're gonna kind of go over what's in Image MD. So, like I said, it's a collection of all the different skincare ingredients. So think about this, and this is what I think is really exciting. To get the benefits of this line, you would have to buy the Vital C serum, you'd have to buy the Max serum, you'd have to buy the Ageless serum. You would spend $600 or $700 just to get one of the serums that's all combined into this one that's in the MD. So that's good, but you can't separate it out. So there are some limitations. So anyone with very sensitive skin who couldn't handle, you know, a retinol or an acid, glycolic acid, something like that, it's everything to put together. So we've tried to make it so for the majority of the people, it's tolerable and can be used every single day, not have to go on and go off. But just be aware that because it has everything together, if you have very, very sensitive skin, you might not be able to use it. So let's talk about the aging process. So aging, youthful skin has good elastin fibers, has lots of collagen in the skin. That's what gives you the nice fill to your skin, smooth texture and even skin tone. While aging skin, you have a breakdown of those fibers. You start to see sagging. You lose all the fullness of your skin, rough texture, and especially here in South Florida, hyperpigmentation. That's all the brown spots you get from the sun. So how do we address all that? So good news, bad news. So when it comes to aging, there's two factors. There's intrinsic aging, which means hereditary. And there's very little you can do about that. That only approximates about 10 to 20% of the aging process. The good news is the other 80 to 90% of the aging process is completely due to external factors. It's your skincare diet, it's the sun, all these things, and you can change that by having a complete system that both corrects, nourishes, protects, all things are separate. And so for the most part, you can do a lot to help the aging process. One of the worst things is the sun. Infrared and UVA, UVB, it's very, very damaging to the skin. So that's one thing you have to address. The other is what we call free radical damage. This is where pollutants come in and it destroys, it breaks open the cell and the cell starts to die. So that's where the stem cells come in, because stem cells can, once the cell has started to die, can actually heal it and prevent it from dying in the first place. Hyperpigmentation. To me, this is underrated. Most people don't think of it as that much. Nobody likes to have the pigment. But I attended a conference a little while ago and I was shocked. They put up a picture of the same person, one that had really deeply wrinkled and the other one had very smooth skin but had lots of pigmentation issues. And I've been in skincare a long time and I thought, well, wrinkles and folds, that's what's going to make you look aged worse. It wasn't. The person with wrinkles but clear skin looked younger than the person that had a lot of hyperpigmentation and wrinkles. So addressing that is really important. So the science of skin health. So all those fine lines, wrinkles, pigmentations, we need to find a way to combat that, and coming up with a complete regimen is essential. And that's exactly what Image MD does. So it is literally the most cutting edge ingredients on the market, but it's coupled with something that most people don't think about, and that's delivery systems. Skin is really hard to get into. So if you put a cream or ingredient on your skin, it's just gonna stay on the top of your skin and linger and not really get down to where it needs to go. So equally as important as the ingredients or the concentration in the ingredients is the delivery system that's gonna get it down into the skin. So Image addresses three things. There's correction. So we use alpha hydroxy acids, retinols, all kinds of collagen supporting peptides things to correct the damage that's already been done. Then we have to have a separate component that is prevention. That's gonna stop future damage. So we can do that by using stem cells. Vitamin C is a very potent antioxidant that will help fight off those free radicals that are doing damage. And then you also have to have, the third component is nutrition, is fuel for your skin. So we use that by using different plant extracts. So this is very new science, new technology versus some of the things we've talked about before. So first thing I want to talk a little bit about is delivery systems. So it is literally what gets down into the skin. A lot of people times I hear say, well, you know what? If I go to the CVS, or if I go to the pharmacy, I see skincare there, and I see some of the same things that you're talking about. They have vitamin C and retinols and things like that. I think it's really important to know the difference between an over-the-counter product and a cosmeceutical. Over-the-counter products, by FDA law, cannot enter into the living tissue of the skin where you affect change. By law, it can't. Cosmeceuticals can, because they're purchased through a licensed skincare professional, such as a physician or an esthetician. So the concentrations of the products can be much higher, meaning more effective, and you start getting into a lot of different technologies of how to get the ingredients down into the skin, how they can release in a way that it doesn't irritate your skin and really affect change. And delivery systems, there's many on the market. The MD system here is truly unique. Our company was founded by an esthetician, and her husband is a plastic surgeon. but he also has a chemistry background. So when they came together to form the company, at the different lines, and then he wanted to do an MD system for dermatologist offices. And so we've sold this product for the last, since it came out about 4 or 5 years ago, but it's only in dermatologist office. So it's physician formulated, it's sold to physicians, but now it's available for everyone to use. And the reason why they did that is they wanted some exclusivity with the product for physicians, but it's also the best line that we have, and we wanted more people to be able to take advantage of it. So I was surprised when they said they were going to release it to everybody, but excited at the same time because I can have anything I want from the company for free and use myself. I just use the MD. It's the best of the best. So factors that affect the delivery down into the skin is the concentration of the ingredient. And remember, these concentrations are much higher, prescription level, and in some cases, even stronger than a prescription is, but it's coupled with a delivery system that makes it more tolerable than if you were to get a prescription. A lot of things like the size of the molecules and the characteristics in the ingredient go into factors that affect that delivery. So this is an interesting thing. So skin mimicking, what does that mean? There's a slide here that shows what a common cream looks like under a microscope when you put it on the skin. And it just kind of beads up. The middle slide is an actual picture of skin with nothing on it. And then the MD system, the actual creams that go on, if you look, it looks just like the skin. It's actually formulated to look like the skin so it penetrates the surface better. So having all this makes it much more, gives it better efficacy to strengthen the natural protective barrier that we have for our skin, protects against all those free radicals and UVA, UVB, and increases hydration and elasticity. Some of these slides are more technical than normally I would share, so I'll try to explain it, and at the end, if anyone has any questions, please break in. So the next thing is peptides and penetration. So I don't know if you've heard the term peptides a lot. Peptides are man-made string of amino acids that tells the cells to do different things, turn on, turn off, and we use them to stop hyperpigmentation, stop little muscle movements like Botox does, all the different things. So we use the peptides, and the penetration system we have, and this chart can show you that it's a 53% increase of how well the product will penetrate the skin just by using this special system that's in the MD. Peptides, dipeptides, very complicated things. Basically, a dipeptide is like Botox. So instead of injecting Botox into your skin, and Botox is basically botulism, and it paralyzes the muscle and so it can't move at all. This has a really advanced form that it just interferes a little bit with how much you can move it. Doesn't paralyze it, doesn't cause any muscle atrophy or weakening. But this was something I found online in an independent review. We use an ingredient that mimics a type of snake. It's called the temple viper, and its venom is known to interfere with your ability to move muscles. So it just mimics it. So what it does is this product, both the serum and the night cream, has the topical Botox that restricts muscle movement by up to 20%. And a lot of the aging you get along the crow's feet, the little 11s in the middle, is just by repeated muscle movement. You don't even realize you're doing it. So if you just relax those muscles just a little bit, it really improves the fine lines there. Some of our other products and some other skincare lines use a product called argireline, it kind of does the same thing, but here's an independent review that it showed that the argireline form only reduces it by 2 to 4%, and the viper venom simulator that's in the MD system works by up to 20%. So much more effective than even our other products that use, you know, the other form, which is good. Having a 2 to 4% restriction is better than nothing, but that's how much better the MD is. You go from 4% to 20%. So in the end, you'll see a significant reduction in improvement in the smoothness or the texture of their skin, much more moisturized, fine lines, wrinkles going away. You get a lifting effect, and the pores are able to help reduce the size of your pores. Some of the retinol, it's encapsulated, which I think I've talked about with this group before. It's a sphere, and it slow releases over time. I always like to cover this because people have a misconception about true skincare, that you don't want to put it on because, oh, I'm going to go outside, I'm just going to sweat it off, and I don't want to waste it. When you put these products on, literally in 20, 30 minutes, that delivery system, it's so far down deep into your skin that you could wash your face, you could scrub it, you could do a peel, it's not coming out. It's going to be in there, and the encapsulation just makes it slowly release over the next 48 hours. The last thing is it's a fine film formation that none of our other skincare lines have. This one does. You won't feel it, you can't see it, but this film helps keep water in your skin better. So we get a lot of water loss just from being out in the air, and that the fine film that it puts on your skin really helps moisturize. Matter of fact, I talked to somebody who said they were just using the MD system for just 1 week now, and they can already feel such a major difference in the texture and how much moisture is in the skin. Marine filling spheres. This is a really cool item in the line as well. So say you have a wrinkle. We use little collagen spheres. They're marine based, and they're dehydrated. Have you ever seen like a compressed sponge before it ever gets water, and you put it water and it swells up? That's what this does. So when you put it on, and we've got it in a couple things in the eye and also in the lip. Lip plumpers today usually work by irritating the skin a little bit and it swells up. This doesn't work like that. It's just as soon as those dehydrated collagen spheres touch the surface and get some moisture, they swell up. And so it instantly fills in lines in the lips, instantly fills in lines around your eyes. That's one of the most popular things that people really notice right away. And you can see in the slide here, principle of swelling. So the number 1 is a wrinkle. And then when you put those little spheres and they grab the moisture and they expand, you can see how it fills in the wrinkle. So there's much less noticeable.
Does that last just 1 day?
Yeah, so most of the product, good question. So from the Botox effects to the swelling from the marine spheres, it lasts all day. Most of the time you're using this morning and night, so it's a constant. So let's go over the system that's in the MD. And this is the most important thing, because unlike some of our other lines, it comes as a complete system where everything is bundled together in one. And dermatologists really like to sell it this way, because the best result is if you're using all the ingredients versus, well, I think I'll just buy this, and then you don't get the result. You get a better price when you're buying it in the kit, and you get the full result. So what is it? It's that daily balance regimen that you need. It's everything you need in skincare, from sun protection to all the ingredients that anti-age, to all the ingredients that prevent future damage, and then the plant-based botanicals that nourish the skin. So there's 4 ingredients, and it does our philosophy. So our philosophy is always you cleanse in the morning, you put a serum on, and then a sunscreen, because you're going out during the day. And then at night, you just repeat it. You just wash your face, you put the serum on, but you don't need a sunscreen, so you use the night rejuvenation cream. So one by one, we'll go through those products. The cleanser. So this is a blend of 3 different acids: glycolic, salicylic, and lactic. You would have to do, our ageless line has glycolic, our oily skin line has salicylic, and lactic is a whole nother one. You can see where we've combined them all into one. But it's actually much more gentler than just using our ageless one. So any type of skin can use the cleanser. It really helps to prepare the skin so you get better penetration of the ingredients. And it really effectively removes makeup too. We try to make that you can use it every single day, morning and night. I will say, however, if you feel any irritation or something, maybe just use this cleanser 1 time a day instead of twice. You'll get the feel of your skin when you're doing it. If it's ever too much, you can just kind of cut back on the cleanser then. The serum. Serums are used during the day, and it's the powerhouse for correcting things. So it's super highly concentrated, but it's light. It's not very heavy in moisturizing content, so it's not too heavy to wear during the day. So this serum has the stable forms of vitamin C that our Vital C line has. It has all the stem cells that you would get if you were to buy the Max serum. And it has all the different peptides for the plumping effect and that viper venom topical Botox imitating product. The next is the Restoring Youth Repair Cream. So this is the one that you'd wear at night. So it is, again, it has some vitamin C. It has kojic acid, which is a skin brightener. And it has our retinol. The retinol in this is even more powerful than our retinols in our ageless line, yet because it has even the best delivery system and the way it slow releases, it's even less irritating. So you should be able to use this every single night with no problems or no irritation. So that retinol is what's gonna turn your skin over much faster. Naturally, it takes 21 days for your skin to completely turn over. This night cream speeds that up down to 7 days. So all the skin on the outside is pretty fresh, new skin.
You have to use that every day?
Every day. So you use the serum, you cleanse in the morning, use the serum, and then a sunscreen, and then at night, cleanse, serum, and then you use the night cream at night. And this has a lot more hydrating factors in it too, because anything we wear at night, you want a nighttime moisturizer. And this is the SPF. And all of our SPFs during the day have moisturizers in it as well. So it is a combination of physical and chemical, so you get the best of both worlds. And this is that really fine zinc that rubs in really easy. Of all my sunscreens, this is my favorite one. It's the most elegant, where a lot of times zinc you have to rub in a lot to get the white to go away. You'll notice with this, just you put it on just a couple taps and it's gone. I'll talk about 2 add-on products. So we've gone over the whole system, what's in the system, what it does. Then 2 add-on products that a lot of people like is an eye cream. And this eye cream is a collagen-based eye cream. So it has the stem cells, it has collagen, it's got those little spheres that are, when they're dehydrated, plump up. So you really notice the difference. Jana Rohner, who's the founder of Image Skincare, when you ask her, okay, this is your baby, what's your favorite product in the entire line? The original vitamin C serum is our best-selling one, but this eye cream is, if you had to ask her, she gave everyone as a gift at our last meeting because she wanted everyone to try it because she said this is her favorite product. And I can see why. Of all the eye creams that we have, this one I think has the most visible, noticeable results in actually plumping and lifting. And the last one is a lip enhancement. So this lip has an SPF, so it's going to protect your lips. And it again has those dehydrated marine spheres that will fill in the lines instantly. You ever have dry lips and you have those lines, literally put it on and it's smooth right away. And it's like a clear gel. And a lot of times we're out at the golf course, we're running around, and even when you're diligent, like, okay, I put my sunscreen on, but you don't put a sunscreen on your lip. And that's important too. So here's a product that actually has the sunscreen to protect your lips as well. The clinicals on it, so we always do clinical results at 30 days because people want to see immediate results. You don't want to say, okay, you have to be on this product for 6 months before you can see a change. So again, this is a clinical study. A lot of that we do our clinicals, we'll have a laboratory do it or something. This was a true clinical that we wanted no interaction with at all. So we actually sent it to the FDA and they did a true clinical study on it. And it was to evaluate the improvement in skin hydration, the skin elasticity, the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles on your face. So in the end, there was significant improvement in hydration. Almost 97% of people had a noticeable difference. A 10% improvement of global fine lines and wrinkles. About 10%, 9.18 in elasticity. That's the bounce that it has. And all of these were done using real instruments, not just, how do you feel or how does it look, survey. It was using actual clinical data. So I won't go read through all of them, but you can see on the screen that in the survey format, everything's almost in the 90% that people agreed that, hey, this really, really did work. So that's the ImageMD system. I know I probably didn't cover or have if anyone has any questions, because I know there's probably be a lot on this one more than anything. So yes, please.
Okay, so we play golf. I've always told you we play golf. So we do our treatment. When we play golf, do we handle ourselves differently, or we? So
as long as our daytime regimen, you're going to cleanse, use that serum. As long as you put that sunscreen on, it's a 50 block sunscreen. So you're fine. 50 is good protection. You can be on the golf course all day. However, with any sunscreen, and I'm guilty of it too, if you're sweating, if you're swimming, if you're doing it, you need to reapply if it washes off. And usually the general guide is every 2 or 3 hours. It's a good idea, even if you don't think you are, to reapply. But with a 50 block, it's a higher protection than some of our sunscreens, so you'll be fine on the golf course. Good.
Can this be used on your hands and your arms?
So lots of products, skincare products, are developed for the thickness of your face specifically. That being said, you could, but it might get really expensive to be using this on your arms and things like that. Is there anything in particular you're wanting to do protect on your arms or treat on your arms?
Well, I was brought up at the seashore.
Yep.
And I'm just full of all these brown spots.
So for spots to be effective, what I would recommend in that case is you can do a series of chemical peels, just like you would do with your face. that is much faster in lifting it out. That works better when you're trying to use a whole area. When doing arms or like décolleté or very large areas, you can do lightning lifts. You know, if the spa's not open right now, but when in-house treatments, you can cover large parts of the area and lift that pigment out. However, if you're wanting to treat pigment with just topical skincare, our Iluma line, which is our pigmentation line, that's not this line, has a body that has all the lightening pigments in it. So if I was doing body, I would buy the body cream in the Iluma line because it's made to go over large areas like that. Much more cost effective.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Someone told me that if you use retinol
Mhm.
and you get waxed,
If you use retina, you get what?
retinol, and you get waxed, it's not a good thing. So
So,
how do you handle something like that?
Can you repeat the question?
so her question is she heard that if you're getting waxed and you're using a product with retinol in it, that's not good. Easy answer to that. When getting waxed or doing a chemical peel or any professional resurfacing, we recommend no retinol for 3 days prior. If you stop your retinol product 3 days prior, then you're fine.
That's what I was told.
And after, you should wait a couple days after treatment as well
Okay.
before you start it. So think about what retinol does. It's turning your skin cells over very fast. So if you're using any kind of waxing or guess what, sun, you've got these baby fresh cells on here up on the surface. So it makes your skin a little bit more sensitive because the skin's natural protection is to have a bunch of dead skin cells on the outside. So those dead skin cells is what gives you that dull complexion. It's, you know, not healthy. So when we remove them all, your skin looks great. However, you need to be extra diligent to wear sunscreen because it will make you a little more sensitive to treatments or something like that.
What's the percentage of retinol
Okay,
product?
good question. So lots of people go by percentages. So she asked
The retinol.
She asked what the percentage of retinol in the product is. If you're going to give you, if you get a prescription for retinoic acid like Retin A, it comes in quarter, half, or 1%. The problem with the prescriptions is it delivers it all at once. There's no delivery system, so it overloads the receptors. You'll get dry, cracked, peely. You've got to alternate every other day. This is 0.5%. So it's not the full 1%, but it's not the quarter either. So right in the middle, which is kind of the sweet spot. Plus it has the delivery system. So it works much more effectively. I would say the half works more effective than the full 1% prescription that the physician would write. And most dermatologists now, when they would write a prescription for Retin A or something like that, have really stopped doing that. And that's why they use the MD system, or they use something that retinol is a direct precursor to retinoic acid, and that's what the prescriptions are. So by being the precursor, it doesn't overload the receptor. You don't get so irritated because your body converts it over to the acid. So it only converts it as it's needed. So you don't get all the irritation, but you get all the benefit.
Okay. So right now I use a certain amount of creams and whatever the case may be. So I want to try that. Do I have to spend a day or two without anything and then start that? And
Nope.
No.
You could go right and start at day one.
At day one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it's like I said, it's the complete package. Literally, there's not a skincare ingredient anywhere that you would need besides this. Cost-wise, I mean, before it was available, I knew a lot of estheticians who were skincare, you know, fanatics and wanted to have everything, and they would literally buy 3 or 4 serums and they combine them all together because they wanted the benefits of, you know, the retinols and acids, and they wanted the stem cells because of that, and they wanted the vitamin C from the line. This is literally like buying all the lines and putting them together. So, and at a price point, you would think that, okay, if you're gonna put it all together, it's gonna be much more than the others, and it's not. It's not. Go ahead.
Are there certain skins that are not
Yes.
capable of handling this type of a system?
There is, you'll know. So if you are just saying, you know, I've got really sensitive skin, that's the only, we say it's good for all skin types. But I don't want to, you know, have somebody buy it and say, oh, I've got super sensitive skin, and I know that if I use retinols or if I use any kind of scrub or something that I immediately react to it and get red and irritated with that. If your skin is that sensitive, you're gonna have to go, and that's why we still have the other lines, because you can then remove and not use the things that were irritating. And the irritating things are usually anything with the acids or retinols. So maybe you'd have to go back to just using the vitamin C or the stem cells individually rather than the MD that combines them together. But most people can tolerate this every single day. And the other thing is a lot of skin rejuvenation systems that you get at the physician's offices are meant to rejuvenate your skin in a like 30 or 60-day period and then stop, and then you go back to your regular skincare. This is formulated that's everything together. It's a rejuvenation system that you can continue to use on a daily basis.
How long does one box last?
Perfect.
You use it on a daily basis.
So if you use it on a daily basis, if you use it properly, 2 to 3 months.
Oh, wow.
2 to 3 months. So if you used a regular serum from us before or something, you'll about the same period of time. I will say most people want to use a serum like a heavy moisturizer. 1 pump. It's measured. When you do it, 1 pump is the amount. So it's the size of a pea. And that covers your face. A lot of people think, okay, I've got to feel like heavy moisture on it. You just need to have enough that a thin, very thin layer goes on every part of your face. So I've had people that say, oh my gosh, mine lasts 4 months. And I've had some people say, well, I get about 8 weeks out of it. It's all depending on how much you use. The company line is 2 to 3 months,
How
depending on
big
your
your
use.
face is.
I got a big face.
That's it. I
Okay.
have a tiny face. My stuff lasts forever.
Yeah, see, and it's just how you use it. But that's the thing I stress is most people use way too much of the product and waste it.
I don't see how a little bit on your finger can cover your whole face.
It can. 1 pump is meant to do it. Sometimes, personally, I do like a pump and a half sometimes. But even a pump and a half will last. It'll last you at least a couple months.
First, don't rub the cream. Don't pump it in your palm.
Yes.
Do that. Pump it out, and then do a pat, and then smooth it onto your skin.
She makes a great point. In case you couldn't hear, don't pump it in your face and rub it together and try to go here. So the best thing to do is pump it so it has on your skin, and then you take your finger and just dab. And you have dab here, dab here, dab here. So you're putting it everywhere, and then you can. That helps it spread evenly. Because if you take it all and you put it here and you try to rub, then you're not going to be able to rub it all the way down. That's why pump, and then you just take a little bit from there and put it in each area. Yes.
Does that dry your lip out?
No, it's super moisturizing.
Because I know a lot of the lip.
Yeah, it does not work by the irritation or doing that. The whole purpose of this is to moisturize your lip, protect it, and fill it in.
So if you're using this, you do not have to use moisturizer?
Nope. This is everything in it. So during the day, the sunscreen is a built-in moisturizer. And then at night, that night restoring youth cream is a moisturizer as well. It's literally
So
everything
this is
you
used
need.
morning and night.
So you use the cleanser in the morning, then the serum, and then the sunscreen. And then at night, the cleanser, the serum. You don't need the sunscreen, so that's when you use the night repair cream. So using that night repair cream only at night. Any other questions?
The night repair cream smells really good, but it just, you could feel it just soaking up you, and your skin feels so hydrated. It works really well.
Yeah.
Well, I've been using the products for 1 week, and I noticed that I don't have any crow's feet on the side of my eyes. And then the 11 lines, they're getting much better. They're not as deep. But my skin is so hydrated now, where I'm just very dry. You know?
Mine's dry.
So she was telling her about her, we couldn't hear the results. She's been using the system for 1 week. And she said the first thing she noticed, even after 1 week, was crow's feet have gone, the little 11s here have gone, and the skin much more hydrated. And you said you could feel the texture of your skin smoothing. That's the first thing you see, because if you restrict the muscle movement just by that 20% or so, the first thing you see is the disappearance of the little crow's feet. So crow's feet, 11s, guess what? That's exactly the areas where you get Botox. And that's why Botox is so popular, because it really helps with crow's feet and this area here, and the 3 lines on the forehead. So you'll see that, the moisture, the texture of the skin. But again, at the 30-day mark is where the studies were shown. It's just, literally, I've been in skincare a long time, and there's so many different ingredients to have the benefits of everything. And I've never seen something that rolls it all into one at this price point. I mean, there's some cosmeceutical grade products that will sell at dermatologist offices too. So Image, Skin Medica, SkinCeuticals are kind of the 3 major ones you'll see at physicians' offices. My gosh, a Skin Medica serum, which is just stem cells and growth factors, is $260 just for the one product. This is so much more.
How much is this?
So you get it even for even a special price more than we sell it for, because the Glen Eagles has a discount. I don't know what is it.
Number pricing is $171.
$171 for the whole system. All 4 products, $171 for 2 to 3 months worth of.
That's the member price?
Yeah.
That's the member price. Yeah.
171.
Yes.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Dale,
Yes.
you can ask the people on Zoom if they have questions, they can put it in chat.
Oh yeah, that's great. Anyone out there on online land, if you have any questions, you can type it right into on the chat forum.
Nobody has questions.
What about the cost of the eye cream and the lip cream?
I don't know what those individual prices are. I'll have to ask her after.
What are the cost of the eye cream and the lip cream?
You don't have the breakdown of that yet, do you?
Yeah, I'll get that for you, Sue, and just call you with it, okay?
Even though it's supposed to be with them.
You too?
Yeah, me too.
So we haven't done any of those.
She never met anyone.
So I don't see any online
No, there's no more.
any online questions. So
She's gonna buy.
anybody else? Thank you so much for allowing me to come in here today and launch this. You're one of the first people that we've done this for. So this has just been released to estheticians a few weeks ago. So in front of you is a sample of the system.
Okay.
And those little tubes are good for about 5 days use. So
Really?
they also have little travel kits that are little shrunken boxes of this that's about a week's supply. So that can do 2 different things. If you're not sure your skin can tolerate and say, oh, I have sensitive skin, maybe I'd like to try it, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. You can purchase just a little 1 week supply of it, use it for a week and see if it helps.
Oh, do we have that here?
Yeah,
We do.
yeah.
And then even if you're on the system and you're traveling, they also double as a travel kit. So you don't have to pack this in your suitcase and take all the big products with you. You can buy the travel trial kit and throw it in your
You're not
bag.
going to be traveling much these
Yeah, that's true.
We're not going anywhere.
How much is the travel kit?
So it's $30, so it's about 26,
Oh,
you guys.
so we could try it. That would be a good thing to do.
Next 5 days of this.
Yes.
I've been
The same thing as it's in that kit.
Raspberry face, foam facial cleanser. since
All right.
19.
But like I said, most people will be able to tolerate it. It's formulated for all skin types. I really say the only people that can't are those that, you know, literally you put anything on your skin and it gets red immediately, or you know that you're just hypersensitive to some things.
How would this product affect the lines above your lip and under your lip?
Very well. There's many things in there that target it. So even the retinol and the acids will smooth that out, but it's a lot of those peptides that have the plumping effect can fill those lines in. So, I mean, it is what Dr. Mark set out to do, to say, what can I do to have the absolute cutting edge ingredients that there are in skincare that almost everyone can use, and you would never have to buy another product. You can't say that, oh, I have this, but you know, there's this fancy new ingredient or technology that this does. Let me roll it into one system, make it cost effective, that has the biggest bang for your buck because it has everything in it, and this is the result.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me again. I appreciate it.
Very interesting.
you.